What's up, Kobe Sharp, 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where I try to help kids fall in love with reading. Today I'm going to be telling you about one of the most beautiful and important books that you'll probably read in 2022. It is Answers in the Pages by David Levithan. And I'm sure that many of you know, especially if you're someone who's watching my videos and you're in the children's literature world, you know that books are under attack. Texas has been banning books left and right, up and down, all over the country, not just in Texas. Books are facing challenges, books are being banned, books are being pulled out of schools and classrooms, and I guess most importantly and saddest, the hands of readers. And this book really addresses that topic in a really fascinating way. It's actually not a very huge book, right? You can see it's pretty thin. I think it's less than 200 pages. Yeah, it's about 170 pages, and it's told in 3 different stories. One story is the story of Donovan, and Donovan is a 5th grader in Mr. Howell's class. I believe he's a 5th grader in Mr. Howell's class. Mr. Howell is gay, and they are reading a book, and just like as a class, like everyone's reading it, and Donovan takes the book home. This is the very beginning of the book, and is like sitting on the counter, and he's watching TV, and his mom picks it up, and she reads the end. And there is a scene in the end where 2 male characters say that they in love with each other forever. Not like, you can't really tell if it's like they love each other like romantically or they love each other as friends. So that's the first story. And then mom, we'll get back to that. So then you go to the next story. Then the second story is actually the book that they're reading. So throughout this book, you get a chance to read the book, like different chapters in the book that Donovan's class is reading. So that's a story of Rick and Oliver. Those are the 2 main characters. The book is The Adventurer. So you get a chance to kind of see their friendship develop, their relationship develop. They're like these adventurers and like trying to like save all kinds of things in the world and things. So you have that story going on. It's like all going like back and forth into different chapters. And then you have this third story, which is Gideon and Roberto, who are in school together. I believe it's Roberto who is the new student, and they kind of hit it off right away as like really, really good friends. And then that develops into more of a romantic relationship. And you're kind of weaving in and out of these 3 stories. And for almost the entire book, I'm like, what does this story have to do? What does this final story with Gideon and Roberto have to do with the other 2 stories? It's like, because you know as a reader that there is a connection, but you don't know what that connection is. So like you're anxious to like know, because that story is so fascinating, but like how is it connected to Donovan? How is it connected to the adventures? So going back to Donovan's story, the first story that I told you about, his mom like goes to the school and complains, and I try and get this book banned and taken out of the school. And Donovan is like mortified that his mother is doing this. The kids like have to like leave their books at school. They can't read them until they go through the process of this challenge that the school district has in place. But of course, all the kids are reading it, and Donovan even finds a copy to read, and is like, "It's a great book. It's a great book. What's the big deal? What's the problem?" But it's just so fascinating. And then the book, like you end up like going through this challenge process, and like all of the kids in the class, you get to know them, and there are, there's a kid who shares that he is gay in that class. There is a girl, I believe it's a girl who has 2 mothers in that class. And you just have all of these different things that are happening in all of our classrooms, these situations, these kids that are just like all the kids in all of our classrooms. And you get a chance to experience what it's like for these kids going through this, while at the same time getting to read the book that they are reading, while at the same time getting a chance to read the story of these 2 other kids falling in love. It's so important and phenomenal. And you won't be able to stop turning pages. You probably won't get any sleep while you're reading this. You want to talk about it with lots of people. It's phenomenal. Please read this book. Answers in the Pages by David Levithan is magical. It's beautiful, it's important, and it's a really great story too. Like you can do all those other things, like look at all those other issues, but if you don't have a really great story, then we're not going to get the eyeballs and the readers behind it. And I think we are with this one. Answers in the Pages, check it out. My name is Kobe Sharp. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have an awesome, fantastic day.